Hello, children. Welcome to e-learning. This is Shivain sir, and we are going to study the very first chapter of English literature, The Velveteen Rabbit, authorized by Marjorie Williams. But before we start the chapter, let's go through about the author. Marjorie Williams was born in 1881 in London, England. She was an English American author primarily of popular children's books. A professional writer since the age of 19, she achieved lasting fame at 41 with the publication of the classic that is her best known work, The Velveteen Rabbit. Now let's begin the story. This is the story of a stuffed toy rabbit, which was one of the toys presented to a small boy on Christmas. The rabbit found itself very inferior to the other expensive, modern, and mechanical toys that were kept in the toy cupboard. The other toys made fun of it and showed that they were real. The oldest and wisest of all the toys was the Skin Horse, and this toy was kind to the Velveteen Rabbit. The Skin Horse told the rabbit the meaning of being real and said if the owner of any toy loves it most and keeps it for a long time, the toy becomes real regardless its beauty. The rabbit had the keen desire to become real. One night, Nana, the caretaker of the boy, gave the boy the Velveteen Rabbit to sleep with in place of his beloved China dog. The boy continued to make the rabbit sleep in his bed, and soon the rabbit became the most favorite toy of the boy. Time rolled by, the spring season came, and the rabbit was no longer beautiful. Yet the rabbit was very happy, and the boy had become so fond of the rabbit that he took it everywhere with him. Now the boy never slept without the rabbit on his bed. One day the rabbit was left in the lawn till night, and Nana had to fetch it for the boy. Handing over the rabbit to the boy, Nana made a remark that the boy should not make a fuss for just a toy. Then the boy warned her not to call the rabbit a toy, as it was real for him. Hearing the word real, the rabbit was overwhelmed with joy. One evening, when the boy took the rabbit to a nearby forest, the rabbit happened to see two real rabbits. It thought them to be mechanical toys as he found them jumping. The real rabbits looked at the Velveteen Rabbit with surprise, and so did the Velveteen Rabbit. The real rabbits invited the Velveteen Rabbit to play with them. The Velveteen Rabbit could not hop or dance like the real rabbits, yet it did not want them to notice that it didn't have hind legs. But soon they discovered that the rabbit was not a real one like them, and they hopped away. As the time passed, the rabbit had become very old and shabby, but the boy's love for it remained unchanged. Once the boy fell ill, he had a high fever. Now they could not go to play anywhere anymore. The rabbit wished that the boy might get recovered soon, so that they might go to garden and play together. And it happened. The boy's fever reduced and he felt better. In the morning, the boy was brought to the balcony, and they planned to take the boy to the seaside the next day, as per the boy's wish. The doctor had advised to disinfect the boy's room, and every book and toy, including the Velveteen Rabbit, must be burnt. That night the boy was given a new bunny. The boy was so happy at the thought of going to the seaside next day that he did not care for the toy, and he slept. In the garden there was the rabbit kept in the sack along with other toys and books to be burnt next day. The rabbit felt so lonely and sad that a real tear from his eyes fell to the ground. The place where the tear fell, a flower grew out of the ground, and from that flower a fairy emerged. The fairy took the rabbit in her hands and turned it into a real rabbit. She brought the rabbit to the place where other rabbits lived and kept it on the grass. Now the rabbit noticed that it was no more a velveteen rabbit. It had also got hind legs like the real ones, and it also could hop and jump like the real rabbits, and it was at home with other rabbits. Once the boy happened to see it and thought that the rabbit quite resembled his own Velveteen Rabbit. And yes, this was the rabbit that once belonged to the boy when it was merely a toy. Well, children, this was all about the story, and I hope you must have enjoyed it. Thank you.